Hello. For the White Rose Philosophical Study Group, I'm Mark Freeman. For more information about becoming a member of the study group and for more information about the Church of Illumination, please see the links in the description below. This is video number 2 in this series, wherein we discuss spiritual and philosophical concepts that can be practically applied to everyday life as well as any other worthy endeavor. In our last video, we defined philosophy as the love of wisdom. We defined wisdom as knowledge obtained by experience, observation, or experimentation. We compared philosophy to science and found that the two are congruent in their approach to searching for the truth. Only that which can be verified through experience, observation, or experimentation should be accepted as true. This brings us to the all-important question, how then does philosophy compare to religion? There are, after all, dozens of religions throughout the world, each one claiming to be the true path to God, and in many cases are in violent conflict with each other. If each religion is a true path to God, how can they not agree with each other? I mean, after all, philosophy and science are seeking the truth. Shouldn't religion be doing the same? To answer this question, we must engage in a little thought experiment. Imagine we have a windowless room with nothing in it but 7 chairs arranged in a semicircle. Each chair is separated from its neighbor by an opaque panel. We'll name these panels or barriers 1. Geographical location, 2. Environment, 3. Forces of nature, 4. Language, 5. Culture, and 6. Education. 7 random individuals enter the room. They have been told nothing about the experiment except that they will be asked a question about what they observed, which they must answer truthfully, following which they must convince everyone else in the room to agree with them. Each person takes a seat in one of the chairs, doesn't matter which one. The lights are turned off, and a single light source in front of the participants is turned on, emitting a beam of white light, which in turn passes through a prism. The question is asked of each person, what is the color of the light you are seeing? The first person will say red, the second orange, the third yellow, the fourth green, the fifth blue, the sixth indigo, and the seventh violet. The single light source is turned off, the room lights turned on, and the barriers removed so the participants can see each other. Now, which person is correct? Which person is speaking the truth? And what shall we do with the inevitable arguments that will ensue when each tries to convince the other that they are right and the rest of the group is wrong? What we're saying with this simple analogy is quite obvious. No religion, no matter how great and powerful, can claim a monopoly on the truth. It may claim to have a part of the truth, but not all, as it can be said that the truth is only heard when God talks to himself. And no religion can claim superiority over another. It can claim greater suitability for its adherents, but not superiority. A religion may be more suitable for one demographic of people than another due to the barriers we labeled in the thought experiment. But it can never claim superiority and should never be cause for hatred or war. So, getting back to our question, we see that philosophy and science approach the search for truth in a similar manner. How does philosophy compare to religion? Religion, as we understand it today, is based entirely upon faith and belief, not experience, observation, and definitely not on experimentation. Now, before we go any further, it must be emphasized that we have the highest regard, truly the highest regard for religion, and that we are not denigrating it in any way. Faith and belief are two essential stones in the foundation of a healthy mental, emotional, and spiritual life. Let me repeat that. Faith and belief are two essential stones in the foundation of a healthy mental, emotional, and spiritual life. Faith and belief are the keys to bringing real, not imaginary or wished for, but real magic to the world, without which our lives would be stark and empty. However, what we are going to show is that science and philosophy were not always opposed to religion, and that is the subject of our next video. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and always remember, life is a marvelous adventure. Never stop learning.